All right, Zach. I think we talk about this often, where you are
welcome back,
a walking encyclopedia for IMDb. I think that's like, if any listener out there needs a movie trivia like partner, I can confidently say you can't do better than Zaccardo.
So yeah, the only problem is it's strictly movie or TV, I guess.
Yeah,
but
you're like, good with like act. Yeah,
if you're counting on me to just be an all-round trivia helper,
you're very specific. You're like a specialist, like a closer for in baseball. You have point, know your role.
I only come in when needed.
Yeah. But I was thinking, all right, I wanted to put something to the test. Maybe not put something to the test, but like, I think you mentioned you used to do this a lot when you were on Watch, where like you and your dudes would be talking, and they would give you two actors and you would try to connect them.
Yeah.
I think I have one that might stump you. I'd even look up a way to connect these two actors, but like for some reason, I thought about them today and I was like, I wonder if Zach could connect these two actors.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right.
This is so I don't know if we ever named it, but yeah, the idea is like you want to think of the most obscure pairing, and then I don't know if we explain. I'm just gonna explain it like a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
So basically, you take actor A and actor B or actress, and they have to have starred in the film. Just movies, right?
It can be show, but I don't think these two.
We usually stuck with movies.
Yeah.
So, movie with, say, like, I'm going to say random, like Nick Cage and
holy shit. That was one of the names I was going to throw.
I was going to say like an easy one, like Nick Cage and John Cusack, and I would say Nick Cage is in Con Air with John Malkovich.
Yeah.
And John Malkovich is with John Cusack and being John Malkovich, and now they're connected.
Yeah.
So that was like a 2 movie is pretty much like the minimum you can get. That's like the best score.
Yeah.
So now I didn't. Sorry. So Nick Cage.
It's okay.
It's one of them, but that's
one
the
of
game.
them. But it's essentially like, you know, when people played the 7 Degrees of Separation to Kevin Bacon, it's that, but just instead of Kevin Bacon, you get to choose the two actors.
Yeah, you don't have to talk about shitty Kevin Bacon.
So like you said, the first is Nick Cage, and I specifically did him, and it's so weird you threw him out there because I chose Nick Cage in my mind because I was like, that's like a dude that I know you're not big on.
Right.
Like, I know you probably know a lot of his stuff, but I know you're also not like a Nick Cage guy in the way that like Nick Cage has. I mean, he's in Pig, which I love, but
you seem to be a big Nick Cage guy, which is nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, some people really like him.
All right, so I got Nick Cage.
You got Nick Cage.
And on the other end of the spectrum, Idris Elba.
Idris. Some people say.
I actually, if I didn't say it right, I am so sorry. Is it Idris or Idris?
I think it's Idris.
Okay.
Idris. Or maybe it's Idris. I think it's Idris.
We're so sorry, Mr. Elba. We're huge fans too. But Nick Cage to Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And I was originally going to say you can't use shows, but like he's in Luther. Oh, damn, you're already there. Okay. All right.
He's in Matchstick Men with Sam Rockwell.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Rockwell's in Iron Man 2 with Rob Downey Jr. Rob Downey Jr. is in Avengers, and one of them is got Thor, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is Idris. And I would say safe bet would be, I think, Endgame or Infinity War is one where he dies. And so in the same movie. Yeah.
That was good. That was good. Like I said, if you guys ever need a movie trivia person, this dude can just knock it out of the park.
Yeah, the fun ones are where it's like you take like Rip, rest in peace, but Pee-wee Herman and like, you know, Jason Statham.
Paul Rubens.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Paul Rubens and fucking Jason Statham, and you're like, what? And then then you gotta like.
Do you count directors, or they have to be a co-star? Like if you were like, okay, so you couldn't just go like was in a Tim Burton movie and
right.
Okay. That makes it even harder.
I think that's another one where I don't know if like voice acting counts. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Because like if you were saying like Paul, what's his name? Is
Paul
it Paul
Rubens.
Bennett?
Oh, who? Who's Paul Bennett?
The guy who voices Jarvis in the Marvel.
Okay.
Or Vision.
Okay.
He was also in A Knight's Tale with like Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And so Heath Ledger's in fucking 10 Things I Hate About You or
Yeah.
Julie Stiles, and you connect her to like Matt Damon, but like, would that count? Because he's Jarvis. He's not really in the movie. Well, I guess when he's Vision, he's in it. Probably like suited up.
I got one for you.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I call this the Battle of Davids.
all right.
You got to connect David Arquette, my personal friend. David Arquette with David Duchovny. David Duchovny, Mr. X-File. I don't really know if I didn't watch X-Files randomly growing up. So, like, is he Fox or Mulder?
He's Scully, you mean?
Oh, is it Fox Mulder? Is that the
Scully and Mulder?
Scully and Mulder. Who's Fox?
Are you thinking about Gillian Jacobs as a fox? Because that's mistakable. That's understandable.
That makes sense.
He's Mulder, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Duchovny and
Arquette.
I feel like this is easy. Give me a second.
All right.
I'm thinking.
While he's thinking.
Yeah.
David Arquette, close personal friend of mine, reached out to him and he responded. That was crazy. So that's probably the coolest thing a celebrity has ever done. I feel like I should reach back out and just be like, I also recently watched Scream for the first couple.
By the way.
Yeah. But yeah. Ooh. You already got it? Or?
No.
No?
But I'm thinking, all right, so David Duchovny's in Zoolander, Ben Stiller.
Okay.
Will Ferrell.
Billy Zane.
I was gonna go. But then you can, Billy Zane. You can also cut that out and say he's also in Babysitter's Dead. Don't tell Mom Babysitter's Dead with Christina Applegate.
David Duchovny's in there?
Yeah, he's.
He's the boss, like the weird or not? He wasn't. He was just like, that 80s dude.
So he's in that. Then you go with David Arquette, and most thing I go straight to Scream. But then if you go to Scream, you got Courtney Cox, you got Drew Barrymore. You got Matthew Lillard. Matt Lillard's in all right, so let's go. This is tough.
Cool.
There's gotta be one connection.
I feel like you're good at
it.
If you just start doing it, I feel like you would connect them in 20 steps and then you just start cutting them down. Yeah.
So let's just go with all right, so also Owen Wilson. He's in Zoolander. Owen Wilson and Drew Barrymore, I feel like, are very close.
They must be like right on the edge.
Well, fuck that, dude. No, not Owen Wilson. Ben Stiller is also in Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler, who's in 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore, who's in Scream with David Arquette.
Boom.
So if you want to go David Duchovny and Zoolander with Ben Stiller, and then you could do Happy Gilmore and Scream. Wait, no, 50 First Dates and Scream. So it's 5.
Yeah.
It's a lot. We'll work on it. There might be more.
I feel like you should work on that, and then like a random other episode, be like, I've cut down my 5 steps.
They're in the same movie. That's always the way. Like, wait a minute, they're in the same fucking movie.
Yeah. Right on. So there we go. If you guys have any random 2 actors or actresses that you want to try to stump Zaccardo, we'll probably throw them on air.
Yeah.
And
send us some
challenges. Send us your most random and honor system. He's not gonna like look it up beforehand. He'll jump in. So do that at Gin Sofa Pod on all the channels.
All the millions of social media they have these days. So yeah. Chris, don't get any icing on your hands.
Is it sticky on your hands?
I mean, it's icing, so my drink is drippy.
I'm gonna try it for the first time.
Yeah, go for it.
Definitely hardened around the actually. I think it's pretty true to the inspiration for the entire. I think it's very true to like what the premise is.
Yeah, the icing got hard.
Yeah.
I went to go buy like.
I went to just kind of
lick it off.
Yeah. You should tell him. You should tell everyone what you made here.
Okay. It's a strawberry Pop-Tart inspired cocktail. I haven't really thought. I'm gonna call it the Preston. That's it.
I was unaware of the name, but it's a good name.
I didn't know the name. I just Preston kind of came to me. I don't know.
And it's what is it? Because it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's simple. Okay, so I made strawberry simple syrup, which is just chopped up some strawberries, boiled it in some water and sugar. Boom, boom. We used absolute vanilla, which
it's back there.
It's over there. I don't know if it'll be in the cut, but it's over there.
If you're unfamiliar with absolute vodka, that's ridiculous. But
what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's vodka, so sorry, Mr. Gin Sofa.
Oh.
They'll be all right. Yeah. And rimmed it with some white substance.
You rimmed it.
I rimmed it. Precision rim.
A fine rim job you gave it.
Thank you. Practice makes perfect.
I keep getting like oh my god. I keep getting the like the hardness. I'm not expecting it to be as hard as it is when you're like just trying to quickly get a.
Yeah, sometimes when you get close to the rim.
And then you have
it's
like
icing.
Icing
guys,
and like.
If anyone's not watching the video, it's icing. That's the white stuff.
Yeah. With some.
Oh man, I forgot
like
that
sprinkles.
Fire's still on.
We're gonna pause for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn that off.
While Zach, I think, turns off a humidifier.
If you want to talk about
the drink, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is, but it's also I like once you get simple, and I think this is pretty simple, like simple syrup and vanilla vodka. Like you can't go wrong when it's just your flavors are spot on. And I think the hero is definitely your strawberry simple syrup because it comes through. Like I get the vanilla at the end of it.
Yeah.
But the strawberry, like I can't tell if this is like the best strawberry simple you've made, but like the strawberry genuinely comes through really strongly. I think this is a faithful recreation, especially when you grab some icing, a very faithful recreation of a strawberry Pop-Tart.
I'm trying to think of is this the kind of sprinkles that are on the Pop-Tart, or is it more? It's like red, isn't it? Like those crystal ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have any crystals.
For like a strawberry Pop-Tart, it's definitely those just like
little like snowflake looking. Yeah.
But then on like a hot fudge sundae, they do like a drizzle.
A drizzle. Even the wild berry.
Yeah, Pop-Tart be doing different things.
They're frivolous with their toppings.
Yeah.
I think the vanilla is good because it gives it that like creaminess to make it kind of, because it's based off strawberry Pop-Tart, so it's like, it's got to be kind of pastry, like baked good kind of feel without just being vodka and strawberry, like 'cause it's kind of a weird, like you teeter that line where it's like fruit and gin or fruit and vodka and it just tastes like a fresh, like fruit drink, but you want it to be more like decadent, more like mouthfeel. Fill my mouth up with the pastry.
Yeah.
Chris, do you want to say why it's a strawberry Pop-Tart?
Yes. We're going to be reviewing a famous strawberry Pop-Tart movie. Can't Hardly Wait, which is I'm super stoked on because Can't Hardly Wait is a great movie for sure, but also like Can't Hardly Wait is one of like the three major movies that I think one of my all-time favorite movies, not another teen movie, makes fun of. Like I think there are three key movies that they make fun of.
Yeah, this is definitely one of them. Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the three. And sometimes it's nice to go back and watch these teen comedies because like somewhere along the line we turned completely boner humor, and like this was a good mix of like it's not all boner humor. It's very
Yeah.
Low boner.
Low bone. It's
Very
low bone.
flaccid. It's a chub.
Yeah.
Chub humor. Yeah, so strawberry Pop-Tart. There's a scene where we'll get into it more, but he connects with the
heroin.
Yeah. I was like, there's no heroin. Yeah, Jennifer Love-Hewitt over a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, he doesn't... here's the thing.
Yeah.
We'll get into it, but he doesn't really connect with her. He thinks he'd be connecting based on...
That'd be high school, bro. That's
yeah.
how it'd be. Sometimes.
That's true. That's true.
Before,
but... what would you rate it? Not the movie, of course.
The drink. I'm gonna go with honestly, a 2.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot. It's good.
Yeah.
But I think like I don't want a lot of it, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that's just because of the icing.
Yeah.
Or is it because of the because you got icing and you got simple syrup and you got sprinkles and I don't know.
Yeah. I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I do miss like a freshness element.
That's why I kind of almost was like, should I put bubbly in it? But it's kind of hard to put bubbly with like icing.
No, dude, I agree. And I think right now, as it stands, like this is about as good as a strawberry Pop-Tart drink can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything else and it would stop being like strawberry Pop-Tart.
Some people say that the what is it? Whipped. Whipped. What is it? Pinnacle.
Yeah.
It's like whipped vodka. It's more like, like creamy than the vanilla. So that might have been an option, but I wasn't gonna go buy another bottle.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. So 2.5. So it's got.
That's what it's got. Well, that is good Waterloo. 2.5. I think that puts it firmly. Wow, it's up there, like right near CTC and the Kenny.
The Kenny.
Like, there's a lot of things that makes sense. Like, I'm looking at the stuff below it, and I'm like, yeah, this is better than a lot of those.
What's the refresher, dude?
Where do you see that?
Does that say the refresher right below CTC?
The 2.33?
Yeah.
That's my handwriting.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know what that is, bro.
Yeah, well.
We'll go back and...
I gotta go back, do some... Yeah. I'll find out.
Here's a challenge for our listeners. If you can reach out to us and tell us what the refresher is...
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're a bigger fan than maybe the hosts.
So I didn't realize how much I needed noise-canceling headphones until I got them.
All right.
I was have you used any before?
Yeah, I'm like the opposite.
Really? Even like the over the ear or like the Bose ones?
Well, I haven't used an over the ear. I think I'm holding out, but like every in the ear noise canceling, I don't like because they feel like they go mad deep.
Yeah. You like it deep.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
I like a superficial AirPod.
Deep scrub.
Yeah.
I just think that I was working and in the trailer and there's some other people over there talking. They're not talking about anything that pertains to me. They're talking about some other shit. But they're going on and on and on. And I was just like, let me zone the fuck out.
Turn on this noise canceling.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, I didn't realize how much I didn't need to hear 90% of the population or world noise until I got noise canceling headphones because fuck them.
Yeah.
It's like so much more peaceful when it's silent.
Yeah.
And then if you don't want it silent, you can just hook up your Spotify and have a soundtrack to your life.
Oh, so you're using them legitimate, almost as like earplugs sometimes.
Yeah.
Where like nothing is coming through.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Oh.
So like I've ever since I got the AirPod Pros, they got passive, I don't know what they call it, transparency or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So you can either have a transparent or noise canceling. And then so I have them in all day,
Yeah.
and then like I can hear you talk to me, like nothing. Like, and I might not have any music going on sometimes, so it might look like I have music on, but I can hear everything.
Yeah.
And then if I want, I could cancel the noise and just hear what's playing
Sure.
on my like phone or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, so like it's pretty nice to be like, oh yeah, I can hear you. Because sometimes I used to have the one in, and I'd have to like, oh, excuse me, I'll take one out, and I can fully hear you.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like,
Interesting.
and then if you want them just canceled to hear just hear nothing, so you can like kind of focus on your work. 'Cause sometimes you just want to like get your shit done.
Yeah, you want to cancel noise.
Cancel the noise, cancel the distractions.
Yeah.
And, I found started playing some synthwave.
Nice.
Not super loud though, but like that like.
Kabensky, what were you playing?
I was playing some. I think his name's Ludovic.
Oh, that's something you haven't shown me, bro.
He does the soundtrack for Katana Zero.
Ah,
it's good shit.
Yeah.
It's very like mellow, like
yeah.
Bass, kind of just, but not like
vibe, more vibe. Yeah.
Because you like the vibe music.
Yeah.
I like so like when you're like I would put it on, and I went to take a piss to the soundtrack.
That's cool.
And I was like, like I feel like this is what Bond feels like when he walks around and he's just like.
He's always got like a
he got his fucking theme song going at all times.
You should walk around with just Bond music playing. I'm holding out because I'll
you just gotta find one that's comfortable. I think.
Yeah, I had the AirPods Pro and it just I didn't like it. I would try Beats though. Like, don't they have noise canceling?
I think they have some.
But or does
it might be in the ear though. So the thing with the in the ear is it's more like kind of more acceptable.
Oh yeah, like someone can't walk up. Yeah.
And then like you got your fucking AirPod Max.
Bro, I can still hear you.
Don't worry, keep talking, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, I've got transparency on.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Transparency. I don't know if you can even have transparency with a big muff.
Muff.
Can you be transparent with a muff?
Yeah, I headphones to me are like, I don't know. I just be popping them out, I guess.
Just be popping them.
Yeah, like.
Well, I used to, but now I think that I don't need to until it starts hurting.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, ooh.
I think it that's the thing is like I think it hurts like really quickly.
Yeah.
I got small ear holes, bro.
My bones are small.
But one thing I think it just made me think of this. One thing I will always advocate for, I don't care that doctors tell you not to do it. Q-tips.
Oh yeah, they go all the way in.
Yeah, I'm throwing those. Insertion. Yeah, they're going in my ear.
Full penetration. Absolutely.
But that like a Q-tip, I think is the size of my ear hole because an AirPod is only a little bit bigger than a
Q-tip and start
expanding the hole.
Expanding that ear hole.
Yeah.
Expand your hole, Chris.
Yeah. All right, so we drank this strawberry Pop-Tart to lead into one of my favorite movies. I think you're also a big fan.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. We love teen movies for some reason. Coming of age tales. We're gonna be reviewing.
What they used to.
Yeah, they definitely don't. Sorry. We're leading into Can't Hardly Wait.
Can't Hardly Wait. 1998.
1998.
Peter Facinelli vehicle. I'll go with that.
I feel like you kind of briefly touched on this, so before we even just jump into the plot, right. This movie has a shit ton of people.
Yeah, I think we were watching it and kept pointing out people like, holy shit, that's the guy from this, that's the girl from there. Like this movie, and it's weird because it's not only has a lot of people that were really big in 1998. Yeah, but they're like Selma Blair is in it. Yeah, randomly. I think you saw is she an uncredited role? There's a lot of uncredited roles, like Donald Faison. Yeah, which is weird because Loveburger has a lot of lines. Yeah, what's his name? Breckin Meyer. Uncredited. Do you think? Well, we'll get into it, but it starts at their graduation. Right. The graduation scene, I don't know if you remember really specifically, but
it did like a perfect job. Like I was like, oh shit, this feel like somebody was playing like an old ass Game Boy.
Right.
You know, like some chick was wearing like the no, not the choker neck. It looked like 1998, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm here.
The beauty of it is that they probably filmed it
in
1998. The authenticity was there, you know.
It really was in 98.
Felt like 1998 when they filmed it in 1998.
Yeah,
I think so. They're at the graduation.
Yeah, they're spreading rumors.
Yeah, whispers,
rumors. About like all kinds of crazy shit. But one of the big ones is Mike Dexter and Amanda Beckett.
It's Amanda Beckett.
Beckett. Okay.
Yeah, one of them is I think not a teen movie.
Yeah, you know what it is. Mike Dexter and Amanda Beckett have broken up. They broke up. And one of the other rumors is there's a massive party.
There's a rager going on.
Yeah, there's going to be a rager. And a third rumor, I think it's the last rumor, some dude is nude.
Yeah.
Under his graduation robe.
Which I'm pretty sure they like made sure you didn't do.
What? Did they like make you lift your...
I don't know, man.
Show me your dick.
Do you have pants on?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, what if I was like, I got
not
shorts?
long enough to like completely, I guess, shorts.
Yeah, if I was like, I got shorts, would they be like, prove it?
Expose yourself,
yeah,
dude.
Let me see.
Let me see that. No.
Yeah.
Let me see your dick. Let me smell your dick.
But that's when they're spreading this rumor. Or they're not rumors. They all three are
they are real things.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know if a rumor has to be fake, but
gossiping?
they're gossiping and
the rumor is fake.
And then that's when Preston
Meyers
hears this massive bombshell.
Yes.
Amanda Beckett.
Single.
And
so they start with they do this thing where they when they introduce the characters, they like stop, freeze frame, and show like their accolades and stuff.
Yeah, where they're going. Like because so they're all seniors, they're graduating, so it's like a yearbook photo thing. Yeah. It takes like a quick snapshot, says like you said, their accolades.
Yeah, and which I liked.
Yeah,
because it kind of just gives you like
you
don't need like a 30-minute introduction of what this character is like. It's like, hey, this guy is an average Joe. This guy's a nerd. You know, a jock. You know, you're in, you're out. You already know what they're gonna do.
One thing that made me think of this, when they did that, so like the accolades, their future plans, and then they had a quote.
Yeah.
Do you remember your senior quote?
I don't think I had one.
You guys didn't have a senior quote?
I think mine was "fuck it." No.
I don't think that would have flown.
I don't think I had one, which makes me, whenever I see these memes and people have like their quotes, like, I don't think it's a real thing. Did you have one? Whoa.
I don't think I did.
I don't think it's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't. Made up Hollywood
it's not a thing in Newport News.
Memeology.
Yeah, it's a meme.
It's a meme.
But yeah.
What would it be? It's hard to say now.
Yeah, it's hard to say now.
It was last year, so we don't know. It was only 4 years ago. I'm just now 22.
It's definitely hard to kind of guess, but
it'd probably be like he's over level 9,000.
That'd be a good one. But that's when we get introduced to Preston.
Yeah. Preston Meyers.
You made this comment, speaking of the quick things. He's going to an Ivy League school. Like the quick freeze frame says his future plans are Dartmouth.
Yeah.
His accolades weren't
Dartmouth worthy.
Yeah, like you know who else goes to Dartmouth? Just a quick connection to another movie, Michael Cera in Superbad.
Yeah,
and McLovin.
Like, and he's like a all-star.
Yeah, he's
they went to Dartmouth.
Yeah, they were
rooming with Fogel.
McLovin.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
Then they show Preston Meyer returning his stolen stuff, and he gets introduced to his best friend.
Denise Fleming.
Denise Fleming
is a tampon.
Denise Fleming is a tampon. We get introduced to Denise Fleming, and same gripe. with her, NYU is like a tier
1.
Yeah, like a tier 1 school, and
especially
she didn't
for,
have
arts and acting.
Yeah, her accolades. It said none. It literally said none.
She was me in high school though, chilling, bro.
Just just doing it.
I'm just doing it.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm Nike, bro.
Yeah,
but not Preston. He did some shit. I can't remember what it was.
he did like a few things.
It explains him in the Wikipedia page as typical outsider. He plans to proclaim his love to his 4-year secret crush, Amanda Beckett, who's now newly single.
I feel like we can talk about this now because he does tell her the story again inside the car, like very early in the movie.
Yeah, because she's like, "Why are you so obsessed with her?" And then he goes and tells the story. She's like, "I gotta hear it again."
And this brings up the strawberry Pop-Tart because Preston talks about how. Did you say first day of sophomore year or freshman year?
It was freshman year.
Okay. So, it says 4 years.
Crush.
4 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
First day or not first day. He said he said one random day, but he was like the first time he's ever missed a bus. And because of that, he gets dropped off, and he's the first I think it's almost a direct quote. The first person to lay eyes on Amanda Beckett.
Oh yeah, because she got dropped off.
Yeah. She got dropped off. She's a new student. Nobody knows her.
Bro.
He's like first to lay eyes. Then they show him in classroom. He's like, whatever. But then he's like, what classroom does she walk into? But mine.
And it's funny that they try to they hide her face this whole scene.
Yeah, they do. If
like was Sarah, the cast.
Yeah, was Jennifer Love-Hewitt like a
late edition?
Like was she such a massive star that they wanted to like surprise you that she was Amanda Beckett?
I think my only thought is that they wanted you to like see her maybe through his eyes. Like, his infatuation.
Okay.
And then maybe like when they revealed her later on, like, oh, that's the chick.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Warranted.
So then
she sits down like next to him.
And what does he notice?
He's already eating. So he's already eating a Pop-Tart, strawberry Pop-Tart. And then she pulls one out. The same flavor.
Pastry. I think how you described it. It's like, this is legitimately the only interaction apparently they've had. That isn't even an interaction.
They didn't even have one.
Yeah.
Maybe him seeing her walk in the school.
Yeah.
Is more of an interaction. Yeah,
because like no joke, the very next line is like, she asks, "Can someone show her around school?" And who volunteers? Mike Dexter.
Mike Dexter's a god.
Yeah. Mike Dexter is like.
Let me. Yeah, he's like top jock.
Yeah.
If you were in this situation as Preston Meyers, and you saw this girl you like immediately had a crush on, but given you are a freshman, and she had the same pastry that you were eating, would you be a Preston and just be like, wow, and then she walks off, or would you be like, nice tart?
I wouldn't. Nice tart.
Anus tart.
Good ref. I don't know, ninth grade, like I was like, here's also the thing, Preston, they weren't I was always chilling in the back of the class.
Yeah.
And I'd be like no chick ever sat.
Nobody sat.
Yeah. No one
of goodwill.
Yeah. No one of goodwill sat in the back.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. So, like those seats were already kind of taken.
I'll tell you, I was probably sleeping.
She would have sat next to you and you just would have been asleep.
Yeah, I would have probably kicked her desk over when I like twitched or some shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, hello.
I didn't know you were there. Excuse me.
Strawberry Pop-Tart?
Yeah. Might need that. I'm passing out.
But that's legitimately the only way he knows Amanda Beckett. And he's pined
he
for her.
Wrote a letter.
Wrote a letter. This is when he also introduces the letter. Did he... I didn't know if this was clear. Did you take it to mean that he wrote that letter 4 years ago? Or did you take it to mean like he wrote it when he found out she was single?
No. Oh, man. I think my thought was I think it was before single. But I think might have been like I'm going to college
I'm just writing this letter. Yeah.
Like closure kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, like I think
Closure. He didn't even talk to her.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the crazy shit about this movie. But like I think it was a closure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sort of looking off in the distance. Producer. Closure. That's a good word. Yeah, like because I think it makes no sense to write such a intense letter when you first meet someone like that.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, it also doesn't make sense to write the same letter
4 years.
4 years later when you haven't said a word to each other. So
yeah,
you pick, I guess, which weirdness you want to associate him with, because they're all going to be weird.
They're all a little weird. Also in the car while they're sitting outside this raging party, a party that once again Hollywood just thinks people have parties
Fucking
like this,
ragers.
Especially college. I can kind of see only because like a frat house
They
might
have
be like
houses designed, like not designed but designated for these for sure.
But like having high school kids, that's why Not Another Teen Movie is so good, but having high school kids like have these kind of parties just blows my mind.
You know, it's another good realistic interpretation of high school parties is It's Always Sunny when they go to prom or whatever.
Yeah.
And they show up and they're like, we don't have any beer. I was hoping you guys can get us. And they're like, oh, and that was a good one.
Yeah.
Keg stand. That's a great episode.
Hey, that is a good episode.
Yeah, so this party's massive.
Well, while they're in the car, like waiting outside the party, they hear the song "Mandy" by Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow. I was like Burt Manilow.
I mean, I think we said this to producer Mom.
Yeah.
We were like, I don't know any song besides Mandy, and it's only because I watched Can't Hardly Wait.
The other one. What's the other one they play later on? Didn't they play? No, never mind. They played a Dire Straits song. That's what it was.
But so he hears this song and like in his head he's like, Mandy, Amanda, I'm getting like a sign.
Yeah, this
right?
is from God.
Yeah.
This is from him. He himself. This is from Baby Billy Freeman himself.
Baby Billy Freeman. Then they switch to they introduce some of the other characters.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out of order, but this doesn't mention their order, so we'll just mention the ones that get introduced. First we'll do Seth Green.
I think it is him next.
Yeah.
I don't know who else it would be.
Because, I mean, it makes sense because
it might be Mike Dexter.
Whichever. Do you want to start? Okay, yeah. Seth Green.
Yeah, we'll go with Kenny.
Kenny. His name's Kenny.
Kenny Fisher.
Because everyone's excited about this party. Like, they're showing everyone, like, kind of talking about this party. And Seth Green is introduced, and just like in 1998, he's like,
yo, I got to have sex tonight.
Yo, I got to have sex tonight. And it's hilarious because, like, Seth Green, like,
yeah,
this is how I think of Seth Green.
This is like probably the first exposure to Seth. That and Buffy.
I never watched Buffy.
My mom watched Buffy. So,
yeah.
a werewolf.
But Kenny and his crew are
a little controversial crew.
Yeah, they're white dudes that really want to be black.
Yeah,
there's no other way to say it. And this also makes me. Kenny gets introduced. His future plan is UCLA. That is a top
what was his activities?
One game of JV basketball.
Yeah.
His quote was, "Picture me rolling," Tupac. He's like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like looks ridiculous, especially like they did. I think I remember like 1998, like dudes looking like that, like white dudes. So I think they did a good job of like capturing that.
That was good. There were people like that.
They show Kenny though as like a horn dog.
Yeah,
obviously.
Got like a backpack. What do you call it?
Pleasure chest.
Yeah. Like a pleasure candle.
One of my favorite lines was when he was talking about like why he needs to have sex, and he's like, he said 62% of girls at UCLA. I don't know why I made him New York Italian. He's like 62% of girls at UCLA are sexually active. That means they'll look at me and say, "You don't know 62 ways to call me Big Papa?" Because I don't, yo. It's like, I feel like Seth Green walked, so
Because
Aaron, what's his name in Breaking Bad, could run.
Aaron Paul.
Yeah, Aaron Paul.
Jesse.
Yeah.
He does have he has a lot of Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah.
Bitch. When did Austin Powers come out? It had to come out like a year later or so.
That's
Or
true.
maybe it came a year before.
Maybe.
He's Scott Evil.
Yeah, he was Scott Evil.
Damn.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
then they jump over and show Mike Dexter hanging out with his jock boys.
Yeah.
I forgot how he says, like, you know what I always say? And then he burps.
Yeah. Because he's talking about like why he broke up with Amanda Beckett, and it's because he's like, we're going to college. That means women on the pill, women with no curfew. He wants to have sex with many women, and he thinks like college is gonna just like he's gonna waltz in there and have a lot of sex.
Yeah, it's his time. That's why he broke up with her. So
like. They're like, that's crazy. And he's like, well, it's like I always say, I can't fake burp. I don't know how to do it.
He was like, I forgot what school he was going to. Do you remember?
Ithaca College.
That's right.
Yeah, because I looked it up because I was like, yeah.
New York. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's going to Ithaca College. He's Mr. Varsity.
Varsity.
His bros are all like, maybe we should break up with our girlfriends too. And then this is one of my favorite parts because he's like, they suck. And he's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, they're all like bros, and they're like, we're gonna break up with our girlfriends too because Mike Dexter did it.
They're all gonna hang out for the summer.
Yeah. And then we get introduced to the nerd guy because I think it's
it does go from like. Him leaving to say Mike Dexter is a god. Mike Dexter is a role model.
And then it goes, Mike Dexter is an asshole.
Yeah. And it's from William Lichter, I think.
Yeah.
Lichter balls.
And he talks about how Mike has like absolutely like bullied this dude.
Yeah.
Honestly though, like a couple of the stuff that I feel like he shot him in the eye with a raisin, that's accidental.
That's pretty precise, brother.
Yeah, like no way
Good aim.
There's no way that dude meant to do that. And then like the pudding incident, I'm like, that's just funny.
Yeah, you can't hate that.
Yeah, like that's funny.
Gil Harris.
Yeah,
got more.
Absolutely.
Picked on than the new guy.
For sure.
What was his name? Dizzy Harrison.
Yeah. But like he's talking about how he's been picked on relentlessly. And then he's like, I have a plan to get back at Mike Dexter at this party.
Right.
And he's with his two jabronis.
I still don't know what the plan is.
He shows the plan on that like reenactment, and he's just like, you two are gonna hang out on the roof of the pool house.
Like 5 fucking hours.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna lead him and one of his random jock friends. You guys are going to jump off the roof onto these guys.
And chloroform
these guys. And we're going to like essentially like strip them naked and make them look silly and take a bunch of Polaroids.
Make lewds, basically.
Yeah, they're going to make some lewds with these guys. That's their plan. They're going to enact it at the party. I think now we've actually been introduced to all the main players.
Yeah, so they set up a collision course, if you will, of different parties.
Yeah. So now they're all descending on said party.
Yeah, they're all showing up.
Yeah, they're all showing up. And like you mentioned, it's a rager. He walks in and like this girl's more power to you for throwing a party like this.
Yeah, never,
but
never.
This girl's like, welcome, Preston. Welcome all these people.
There's like, how many do you think? 500 fucking people there?
Yeah, there's so many people.
Like the whole school was there.
Yeah, the whole school. It's insane. She does have a massive house, a really nice house, so makes sense, I guess. But we get introduced to like some side characters. You know, this is where we see Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Also uncredited.
Yeah, she has a lot of lines too.
Yeah,
I wonder why there's so many uncrediteds.
I don't know.
But they just kind of introduce all these side characters and kind of showed them navigating the party. I think all the major players are here at the party, and then in walks Amanda Beckett. Another scene that is parodied beautifully and not another teen movie.
Yeah, it's great.
But she walks in and like her hair's blowing, everyone like stops and stares. It's like all they did was break up. Like no, I feel like
but like the worst is that like first of all, she didn't have to go to this fucking party.
That's true.
Because she acts woe is me the whole fucking night. Don't go. Who gives a fuck? And then like second of all, she walks in the door and just like stands there like this. She's like
while Jewel is playing in the background, I think.
The fucking wind is blowing her hair.
Yeah,
Why's everyone looking at me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, then she runs off.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Dexter's like,
yeah, she walks up and is like, hi to her friends who are dating all the Mike's friends.
Which, you want to bring her up?
Jamie Presley. Jamie Presley is in this movie.
I think she's actually credited.
Okay, good. She deserves.
I think she's Beth. Right? Yeah.
She deserves credit.
I'm gonna see if this Wikipedia. You go ahead. I'm gonna see if it says anything about uncredited.
Why there's so many uncrediteds? They introduce like Amanda Beckett and her friends, and she's like, "Hi, Mike," and he like doesn't respond because Mike Dexter's a god. And she kind of does run off with her friends, and they're like having this conversation, just kind of like trying to cheer her up. And at the same time, I feel like Preston is like staring, like he's like walking, kind of like
he's a weirdo.
Yeah, he's like kind of hovering.
My guy, if that guy was after me, if I was Amanda, I'd fucking run.
Yeah.
Right now, Preston. Sorry, bro. Preston. Yeah. Bitch ass Myers.
He kind of is. Simultaneously, while this is happening, they're telling kind of Kenny's story, and Kenny wants to like you say, he wants to have sex. So he basically he had a list. I can't remember how many names, but he said he had a list of like 12 finalists.
Yeah, they made the finals.
Yeah,
he had his own bracket.
Yeah,
he was gonna make it to the finals for Kenny's
dong.
Kenny's dong.
And he's like, all 12 ladies are present and accounted for. So he like, it shows how he's kind of like striking out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Simultaneously, while that's going on, they tell the story of the nerd guy arriving at the party, and his friends are like, bro, there might be drinking.
Yeah.
He's like, I downloaded this thing off the internet. First of all, it was like laminated.
Yeah.
I also didn't understand what that was.
I think it was just like I don't know, man. Can you see this? You're not drunk.
Yeah.
Because I think he went to look at it and he was like...
Yeah, it was very weird. I didn't know what its purpose was, but they kind of show his story kind of going
concurrently.
Concurrently, yeah. And they show him like a good scene is him trying beer for the first time.
The beer's bad.
Nobody drink the beer. I feel like everyone stared at him and then let him pass for like being that weird dude.
Yeah, he was very loud. You're the weird dude who didn't drink beer.
Yeah, he also like spit on another guy. He was like,
the beer's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they show all these dudes, and then I think this is when the second cousin bro rolls up to Amanda and tries to console her.
Yeah. And he's like he like gets in by being like, hey, I just heard like.
Did it say he's your cousin till later? Did I just ruin that?
No, I think it leads in with that where he's like, you're my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Because like the thing happens that but yeah, you can definitely see him like, weaseling in.
He did the old weasel move. We've seen these guys before.
Yeah,
I know what the fuck you guys are doing.
Yeah,
weasels.
Dudes can definitely see weasel dudes very clearly.
Scoped him.
Yeah, I feel like that dude's
sniped.
That's a weasel.
That's a weasel. That's upper 90, baby. That's all that. Blast that fucking goal.
But yeah, that's happening, and Preston is still just kind of following her.
Yeah, he was
with his letter.
Well, because he's got his letter, and he's like scared to give it to her, so he's just like kind of hiding in the peripheral, and Denise is like making fun of him.
Yeah, she is.
And then I think while they're doing this shit, this is when Loveburger's setting up. I just want to bring that up because
that's an important part
because they kind of get long. They kind of come in and out.
Yeah,
party. I mean, it's a party, so sometimes like it's not like a very plot driven movie. So like, just certain scenes kind of happen, and they probably all happen at the same time. But
it's I think it's supposed to be like all these things are just kind of happening at the same time.
Yeah, like they're setting up, and I don't know what caused they're getting this little argument, but they're like,
I remember.
Yeah, take it.
So, but real quick, it is who you mentioned, Donald Faison.
He's the drummer,
and Breckin Meyer is the lead singer. So they're like setting up, getting super stoked, and their guitarist throws on a Loveburger shirt, and the Breckin Meyer is like, "What are you doing? You can't
the fans." Yeah,
you can't wear the shirt of the band you're in.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't know, man. I think it's kind of cool.
I think it's cool. And then Donald Faison was like, if they're going to wear the shirt,
I'm
going to wear the hat.
It's just a random, like, cowboy hat. It doesn't even make sense.
Loveburger, very cool, like, side plot.
Yeah, just there. I dig it.
Yeah.
We need more Loveburger.
But they're like having...
when he got on the mic, he's like, anyone order a side or a serving of Loveburger?
I think he did say something like that.
It's good. It's good. It's a good name.
But they're like having an argument while a lot of this random stuff is happening. Preston's trying to find the right opening to like give this girl a letter.
Yeah.
He's about to when this guy who was introduced a little earlier, but like his big thing is memories.
Yeah, his name is Reminiscence Man. That's his cast name.
Oh, okay. Reminiscence Man.
I'm gonna giant.
He had the name. He gave Preston. He was like Presto.
Was it him?
Wasn't it?
I thought it was the stoner dudes.
Oh, it was. You're right. I thought it. You're right. My apologies.
Yeah.
But
Preston Meyers, dude.
Do you remember that time?
Yeah.
Do you remember that time? But he's like reminiscing all this stuff, and he like shows up when he's apparently about to give her the letter. But you know what?
Nah,
I've known dudes like Preston Myers.
Yeah, he ain't ever
I've been a dude like Preston Myers. He wasn't gonna hand that letter to anybody. But
want some candy?
No, I'm
some
good.
Vegeta candy.
His buddy like kind of says an embarrassing story, and I think does Amanda Beckett leave? Because like if anything, I would just start laughing with. Yeah, like why did he do that? Just laugh with everybody. Because he's a bitch. He's a lame ass.
Why did he leave?
But he gets up and leaves.
No,
blames.
You saw her get kissed.
No. He doesn't leave the party yet. He leaves like the couch.
Yeah.
And he gets mad at his friend. He gets the nerve back to go give her a letter, and then that's when he sees this guy who we spotted as a weasel. Weaselin is her cousin. Tries to kiss her. Takes advantage of. Do you know he's like playing piano? I thought that was the weirdest fucking thing.
Yeah, I thought so too. I'm sitting there playing piano. I was like, this ain't your fucking piano.
Yeah, this is a party, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Like, I would not be that guy. I would be the guy eating Ruffles.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the piano guy.
I would definitely be by the snacks.
Yeah, it's usually where I hang out.
Yeah, it's the best.
Guys, if you want to hang out with us, I'll be by the snacks.
Yeah, if you're looking for gin and sofa, we're always by the snacks.
The spread.
Yeah.
You know.
But he sees. Sorry, go ahead.
You know, you got it.
Yeah. He sees her. He walks in on them kissing, and I guess like immediately thinks that they're.
That's it.
Yeah, and he throws his letter down and
into like a bowl of nuts or something. You know, he's like.
Yeah, it just runs off. Storms out of the party. Turns out like she hates it as like anyone could have foreseen. She hates it. She's like, that's gross.
You're my cousin.
You're my cousin. He's like, through marriage.
Weasel.
Yeah, Weasel, bro. Weasel.
I don't know why he left the party. Like, he's like, she doesn't love me.
He's lame.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God.
He drives off, but while that's happening, Kenny's like striking out with all these women. He's like sitting, like, I guess, like assessing his game. He's like literally just sitting on a chair.
Assessing the situation.
Yeah, he's assessing. And he overhears a conversation where this girl's like, her boyfriend apparently, like, she heard that,
like,
yeah.
that night, or cheated on her or some shit.
Yeah, cheated on her, and she was like, I'm gonna have sex with the next guy that talks to me. And Seth Green
weasels himself in there.
He falls on his ass off the chair, and he's just like,
he's like spitting like pickup lines.
The worst game. And instead of just like going to have sex with this girl, he's like, give me a second. I gotta go freshen up.
I know, he's gonna open up his backpack, I guess. And I don't understand what the fuck he was doing.
Because he goes, okay, one of the things is he eventually, like, the line in the real bathroom downstairs is long, and he gets the party host to let him upstairs. And while he's like running off, she like casually mentions, don't close the door all the way. You'll get locked in.
It's broken.
It's broken. You'll get locked in.
Which he doesn't.
He doesn't. Yeah, he heard it.
He heard her.
But like you said, what the fuck was he doing?
Okay, yeah, because I say like he was freshening up, but then he starts pulling out like the Kama Sutra book. He's like doing these like stretches.
He's doing
You know, like, what are you doing, bro?
He like falls. He's doing these stretches.
You know,
and slips and like gets.
There's just like that. You know, you gotta seize the opportunity, Kenny. You can't just be like,
yeah. It was very weird.
You have to stretching when a girl says she wants to do it.
Yeah, I didn't understand what the freshening up was. Like, he didn't go in there and like pop breath mints, like put on deodorant, change like underwear.
Yeah, Viagra or something.
Yeah, he like straight up went in there, started doing some stretches. He spills something on his like dong, and he's like, she's gonna think I have the premature evacuation.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to fan himself. He's going crazy in that bathroom. While he's doing that, concurrently, Denise Fleming, the tampon, gets hit in the face with like a chocolate cake.
Oh yeah, the like stoner girl threw it at a brownie.
Yeah,
a brownie.
She throws a brownie just in a house. She decides to throw a brownie.
Insane.
Yeah, she was like, these brownies suck, and throws a brownie and hits Denise Fleming in the face. I don't know why she just, like, why did Kenny have to ask to go upstairs? Because apparently Denise Fleming just went upstairs.
He's a nice guy, deep down.
Yeah.
Denise, not so much.
Not so much. She goes in and catches Kenny, like, fanning his dong with a hairdryer. Because he spilled water, like, doing his stretches, falling or whatever.
Premature evacuation.
And he's like, close the door. She locks them in.
Stuck. Rip. So they're stuck in there.
Yeah.
They're stuck in there, and then Preston drove off.
He drove off. He gets like a second nerve to go back and like talk to this girl, talk to Amanda Beckett. But while that's happening, Mike Dexter's chilling outside, like trying to talk to Selma Blair and another girl. And he strikes out. I forgot to mention this, but like the only thing to mention about Mike Dexter's story so far is that his friends kind of went back on breaking up with their girlfriends. Like he kind of has been going around the party and like finding his friends, and they're like, oh, like they got us tickets to Pearl Jam.
Yeah, this guy's like, I'm dating Jimmy Presley.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's all he really had to say.
Not bad, dude.
Yeah. So he's like, nah, we're not breaking up with our girlfriend. So he's kind of a little bummed. He goes to hit on some chicks, and they're like, they leave. Because he was like apparently a lame ass.
Yeah. Because if like he wasn't dating her, he knew she was gonna go bang Joe Dirt. So he knew.
Yeah, he knew. But while he's like chilling there, Trip McNeely
Trip McNeely.
Former legend Trip McNeely.
Yeah, at a high school party.
What's the actor's name?
Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah, Jerry O'Connell, Trip McNeely.
Whose his twin brother is Stoner Bashin' time.
Oh,
On Do Where's My Car?
nice.
What's his name? Charlie O'Connell. I don't know what the dude's name is in the movie, but
Yeah.
Stoner Band.
That's probably his name, just Stoner Bash.
Stoner Basher.
There he shows up and like Mike Dexter's obviously like that's his hero apparently because
Right.
he's like, bro, Trip, wow, like how's college? Like I bet you're like slaying it. And this dude's like, nah, they all want like seniors or dudes with cars. And like he basically tells him like, hey, what's the story with Amanda Beckett? Because that was that like.
Yeah.
I would have held on to her. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're still dating.
He lied.
So Mike Dexter's drunk and sad, and he tries to go get back with Amanda Beckett. Amanda Beckett. And she, like, she tears into him. She's basically like, you know what? Why? Why should we get back together? And he's like, because we should.
Yeah, because duh.
Yeah.
So, like...
She cuts into him. Everyone's kind of laughing at him. There's a hard F dropped in the scene.
Hard F.
Yeah, a 90s hard F dropped.
A few times in that movie, but
But this is one of the most egregious examples.
Bro, they made sure you heard it.
Yeah, because it's like dead silent.
I don't understand why everyone's so like reactionary to this scene because I thought everyone already knew.
Yeah, it was very weird.
That they were broken up.
Yeah,
it's like they got back together randomly, but they didn't. You know.
Yeah, it was very weird because like he not only does he like take it mad hard, but like everyone just stopped to like watch.
Oh yeah. The
The
music stopped.
Yeah,
shit, dude. What the fuck.
Yeah. So everyone's making fun of him. My dude is like bummed. Amanda starts going through the party where she is like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone now knows she's single, but they already knew she was single, but now that they heard this, now everyone's like coming on to her, like
dudes are like hitting on her, just like hey, and they're doing it really, really like hey, I thought we could like like even the memory guy was like, hey, do you remember when we were dancing? I never told you about it. The hugest boner, like that kind of hitting on her. So she's like understandably disgusted.
Now she wants to leave.
Yeah.
Wow.
She wants to leave. While she's leaving, Preston had worked up the nerve. He's like, fuck the letter. I'm just gonna tell her. He's like, Amanda,
you know,
I love you. He says that as like a dude that hadn't talked to her at all. He didn't even talk to her in the.
This is true.
He's like, Amanda, I love you. And he like tells her about this. Like he tells her the story about like the Pop-Tart.
But he tells her like convoluted.
Yeah, he's like flustered. I think he's like, yeah, he's obviously not on his like A game because he's like, I don't know, probably hopped up on adrenaline. She tears this dude a new one, like absolutely crushes this dude. Probably understandably so, which is why it's frustrating the way the movie ended. Mm-hmm. But like, she's like, you've been pining over this moment you invented in your head for 4 years. Like you're you're pathetic, you're disgusting, and all this kind of stuff. And Preston is like,
you're right,
crushed.
He's like, wait a minute.
So he leaves the party again.
Yeah, he leaves the party again. Wait, he just leaves, right?
Yeah, this is when he really, really leaves.
Yeah.
And he leaves.
And then so like she's looking for Preston.
Yeah, because she finds the letter.
And she reads the letter.
Yeah, and he signs it, apparently. It's also weird that he wasn't like, Amanda, my name's Preston.
I wrote that letter
well, she doesn't know he read it, or he doesn't know she read it, but like I feel like he didn't even introduce himself.
I know.
He's like, he was just like, Amanda, I love you. He wasn't, and in that story, he wasn't like, I know this is crazy, but like, I'm Preston, like, blah, blah, blah. Then all that would have been.
That's what I'm saying, man. If all he would have said was like, I'm Preston, I saw you with a strawberry Pop-Tart. You know, like things that correlate with the letter.
The letter, yeah. While this is happening, when he leaves, another Love Burger scene, they break up. They break up because like he calls him Hootie. He calls Donald Faison Hootie.
And then he calls him Lestat.
Yeah, because he's wearing this like weird ass
like, vampire looking thing.
Yeah, he's like, they were a interesting band. They break up. They which leaves the nerd, or excuse me, the Mike. Some dude just jumps up and he's like,
"Oh yeah, Headbangers."
Headbangers. Like, I'm gonna play some music, and he puts Guns N' Roses on, and William hears it, and he's been actually kind of killing it this party, like loosening up from drinking. Like he's kind of like been talking to random people, but he like hears Paradise City. And he's like, this dude I used to tutor made me listen to this, which made me think that was the dude he tutored. Is that the vibe you got?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. Anyway, he goes and does a karaoke scene for that song and like turns on a couple of groupies.
Yeah. For some reason, I think he has a giant dick.
Yeah. They're like, wow.
Rumors.
Oh,
rumors.
Nice. So they take William into like 3 chicks go into a room.
They all like bum rush the basement.
Yeah, for William, and we're learning that my dude's having a great.
He's having like the best night of it.
Yeah, he's having the best night of his life. Do we want to jump to Denise Fleming and Seth Green at this point? Because I think a lot of these things are supposed to be running concurrently.
Yeah, because I think everything, if you get rid of that, not saying get rid of it, but everything after is kind of like the
crescendo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Climax.
Yeah.
After the climax.
For sure.
Denise Fleming's non-climax.
Yeah. Alluding to Denise Fleming's non-climax.
Oh my, Denise Fleming, huh?
We're back in the stuck bathroom with Seth Green and Denise Fleming, and they like unhash their entire friendship, where they were apparently friends back in the day. They're no longer friends. This is the iconic line, Denise Fleming is a tampon, because Kenny apparently told some dude to write it on her locker.
Good shit.
But like somehow it goes from that and like kind of unpacking that to now they're having sex. Booms. Kenny's having sex with Denise Fleming. And he's like,
have you ever having sex with Denise Fleming currently? He's mid-coitus.
He's mid-coitus. He's like, have you ever done this before? And she's like, one time.
Slut.
So yeah, they're banging. While they're banging, Preston
is getting rejected.
Preston gets rejected, and he's like, we mentioned the Barry Manilow thing. Barry Manilow is apparently at this radio station and needs to, is like answering your questions all day. So he drives to, I guess, the nearest fucking payphone, which is wild to think now. That's just this plot line that's about to happen is something that just wouldn't happen now.
So this happened before he said "I love you," though.
No, I thought this is what sent him back.
This is what sent him back to the party to say it. Because then afterwards he was just sitting at the pool like pining.
Yeah, you're right.
But
yeah, this
I just
girl
thought about that because he comes back. That's what gave him the courage.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember.
Has happened. Yeah.
I can't remember the angel's name, but.
Yes, Jenna Elfman.
Yeah, that's the name I was looking for. She basically convinces him. I don't know. I don't really know what she convinces him, to be quite honest. She tells him a story about Scott Baio. Now that I think about it, there was no advice in there, but somehow he did get something from it.
I think it's kind of his MO. Remember when he heard Mandy and he thought Amanda, it's a sign. He probably was like, she's telling me this story for a reason.
Yeah.
It's a very Preston thing to do.
Wait, I think this does happen after, because he's like, I'm having the worst night ever. Oh, I guess it's because he saw her kissing. Yeah, never mind. You're right.
Because he comes back with his newfound confidence. Yeah, and that's why he immediately yells, "I love you."
Yeah. You're right. Anyway, that wasn't even. Now that I think about it, wasn't even really a relevant scene, but
he had to do his little like regrouping kind of thing.
For sure.
Find himself.
Find himself.
Inside
Hard as his
Barry
chi.
Manilow. I'm inside Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac.
So Preston's getting rejected. Seth Green's having sex with Denise Fleming. And then the nerd and Mike Dexter.
Hanging out.
Like the dude, this is one of my favorite scenes because he walks in, he finds Mike like bummed, like sad. And he walks up and he's like trashed. And he's just like, Mike, there's these chicks. They want us to watch them.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Triplets, man.
Such good lines from that where he's just like, they want us to watch them. He's like, come with me to the pool house. He's having a hard time convincing him. But the party gets raided.
Yeah.
And while it's getting raided,
busted.
Yeah.
Cops.
Melissa Joan Hart, who we mentioned is uncredited, her big thing is she wants everyone to sign her yearbook.
Right.
She finally comes up to Amanda Beckett and it's like, oh, sign my yearbook.
This motherfucker, yeah.
Yeah. What's weird to me is like they kind of made her seem like she was a cheerleader. You know what I mean? Like with all those cheers she was doing, I feel like she would have signed her yearbook well before this moment.
Or she would at least have respect for her fellow cheerleader.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if she was a cheerleader. I just assumed you're dating the jock,
Yeah.
like a douche cube kind of thing.
Yeah. She, I think it was on her, like, one random thing. It said cheerleading.
Oh.
Yeah, when they did her yearbook thing.
A little thing.
But they did, when she gets the yearbook, she's like, wait, I'm going to look at for Preston Meyer, this guy who wrote me this
just now
crazy letter. And
excuse me.
She turns the book and she finds out that like, oh shit, it was that dude that was a creep and said I love you and I didn't know him.
That's Preston.
Yeah, that's Preston, which changes her mind immediately that she also likes him.
Which what?
Yeah.
What?
But she what's interesting to me is like while this party's getting raided, Mike Dexter, like I can't remember how, but he's like, hey, we gotta hide over here. Or what?
Oh, he just said they were leaving because the cops. He said, by the pool house, let's go.
Yeah, he's like, let's hide by the pool house. And
Mike
then,
Dexter says it.
Yeah, Mike, because he was like telling him he's like his friend. And then his buddies jump on them, chloroform them.
Plan is in effect.
Yeah. The one thing I want to point out this during the rating, that dude left Jamie Presley.
Oh yeah, she was sleeping on the chair. Yeah. She was gone. Also, it's funny the cops didn't even talk to her. They just let her sleep.
They're just like whatever. Yeah. But yeah, they jump on them. They chloroform them. They strip them. They like take a bunch of Polaroids. They realize it's William and still just run off.
They take
Yeah, they'd be like, "Fuck my friend."
Fucking do.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm out of here. My bad.
Yeah. So the cops find him.
I think they're the only ones that get.
They are
arrested.
It's because I think they were doing weird stuff. Like it wasn't like the positions they put. It was like weird.
I always remember watching this movie and I'm like, what are we?
Like they put like snowballs on their nipples.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Like all this crazy stuff. It's like it's very weird. But yeah, they're the only two that get busted. So flash forward to the next day. The next day. Well, no, sorry. Maybe it is the next day. Anyway, the girl finally comes up and checks the upstairs bathroom and lets out Denise and Seth Green.
That might be like after the cops have done their.
Oh yeah. Like she was just like, no one's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like she finally lets them out. Oh yeah, because like when they're walking, it's dark. Mm-hmm. This isn't the next day. She lets Denise Fleming and Seth Green out.
They had
a tiff.
Subpar.
Yeah,
they had subpar sex, and then Seth Green blames her.
Well, here's the thing, though. She did something that, like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I thought was like, I'd be mad like Seth Green was. She was like, it gets better. I'd be like, what is that? There's like, why would you say that?
How do you know?
Yeah.
You've had it one time.
Yeah. He's like, it's not my fault you can't handle the flavor. Oh no, he said you lack the flavor.
Like the flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had
they have a tiff.
a tiff.
A tiff. And they eventually kind of make up.
They go home together.
Yeah, they go home together. They make up. Now it is the next day.
These motherfuckers are awake.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. They're at like a Waffle House almost. Some kind of, like diner.
Yeah.
The morning after this major raucous.
Yeah. It's very odd.
High school.
William is in jail and finds out that Mike told him that, like, hey, it was
Yeah.
like the cops, like Mike Dexter took the fall. Like he finds out all this stuff.
Mike Dexter, good guy.
Good guy. Redemption arc.
Mike Dexter is a god.
Redemption arc. But then when William shows up at the diner, which I think is like, I'd be like, bro, don't talk. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't buds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Know your role, jabroni.
Yeah. Like, William rolls up and like sits next to him at the booth.
Yeah.
He's just like, what's up, guys?
What's up, dudes?
But then he leaves. Kind of showing him that like things didn't really change.
Yeah.
It's just like,
it was just like a night.
Yeah, it was a night and it was a nice thing to do. You know, Preston shows up to say goodbye because he's leaving. To Denise Fleming, and she's at the diner too.
Some outfit, man.
Yeah. And she just basically like, bye. And he's like, you're gonna date Kenny now?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I guess.
And I guess they like broke up.
Yeah.
Because they had like they did that thing, because this is where it kind of ends mostly. There is a scene after, but like it does like it pauses on everybody and then it has like a statement.
Yeah, like what happened.
Which do you like that, or do you like it when it's left up into ambiguity? You know, like if it had none of those and then it went to the Preston scene and that was it.
I like a little ambiguity, especially for like their kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like a little ambiguity. Like it felt unnecessary.
Agreed. I agree because like you could have had none of it and I could have still got the point of the movie.
Yeah.
You know, like
absolutely. But yeah, you mentioned the scene, the Preston scene. He's at the train station to leave when Jennifer Love-Hewitt shows up. She's like, I called your dad and he told me you'd be here. Looks like
we had relations.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, we are, you're leaving? And he's like, yeah.
I go to college.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that you don't like the way this movie ends.
Yeah.
You care to explain?
Well, I think they parody it really well in Can't Hardly Wait. And another teen movie where it's like she shows up and he's like, yeah, I'm about to leave. It makes me frustrated because like it does this thing that sometimes teen movies can do where it does this like Preston's kind of a creep. Like you shouldn't get Jennifer Love-Hewitt because you wrote a letter without talking to her.
Right.
Like
you're just not Mike Dexter.
Yeah.
And like what did he do to make her?
Yeah. Right?
He wrote a nice letter.
He wrote it and like they immediately so
fucking Mark Twain.
He's like, hey, I think she's like, she basically alludes like, oh, I would love to hang out with you. And he's like, oh, I think there's a later train I could take. And then they kiss. They haven't had a date. This is literally all they've spoken to each other since her like kind of cutting into him, deservedly cutting into him. Like it blew my mind. Like unrealistic, but like more than that, it's like, what?
Yeah, why?
What? Yeah,
unbelievable.
Like I think it would have been cool if like
unforgivable.
I would have been all right if like they could still end up together if it was just like, oh, she wrote him a letter. Yeah. You know what I mean? She like did something like that. Like, phones exist. My dude's just gonna be in New Hampshire, and you know what I mean? It's very weird.
It was very fast paced, my dude. I don't what the hell's the word I'm looking for? Not unsolicited, but like unwarranted.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he had, like we watched another teen movie the other day, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
JGL's character he was a side character to her,
Yeah.
but he was there and they hung out and they talked and
Yeah.
they studied. He was just a friend for a while though.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
For sure.
Way more sense than Preston.
Yeah. With 4 lines of dialogue between each other we're supposed to believe they end up together.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, I get it. I feel like it's a 90s way to end a movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's Can't Hardly Wait.
That is.
And what would you have rated it on the cocktail scale?
I mean, I don't need a cocktail.
Yeah.
It's just a great classic movie, regardless of the ending.
I agree. Like, it's like the perfect teen movie. Like, it's not, like, when you think teen comedy, I feel like you immediately think boobs. No boobs in this movie.
No boobs. No boners.
Yeah, well.
So here's the funny
illusion.
So it's funny because, like, I was reading that, like, this came out in 98. American Pie came out in 99. And they got knocked for drinking and make this a PG-13.
Okay.
But then when American Pie came out, it was a hard R movie. Not, like hard rated R. And then it kind of catapulted the boner humor.
Yeah.
Through the roof. So, like, if this had come out probably a couple years later, it probably wouldn't be like a classic because it would have been like childlike, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, compared to American Pie.
Yeah, and all those, and like Do Where's My Car, and like all these other things coming.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like New Guy is kind of bonery too because his dick gets broken.
Yeah, way bonery.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird though that it was like right on the precipice of like.
For sure, like the shift. Yeah.
So interesting.
I definitely agree. Zero cocktails.
Zero cocktails. Yeah.
Yeah. Could watch it stone cold sober and still enjoy it. I think I could watch it. Like, I think we watched it last year. Just
like
random.
Yearly watch
I think it's a good enough movie to get a random yearly watch in. Like, that's how much I like this movie.
If you haven't seen it, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Go see it.
Go see it. Let us know how you like it at Gin and Sofa Pod.
Everywhere. Get there.
All right, degenerates. That's all the time we had today. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like or follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or really wherever you get your podcasts. And you can always reach out to us on Instagram or DM. Just look up Gin and Sofa Pod. Gin and Sofa, out.